Spurge here, and today we're going to take a look at the Shinko 525 Hybrid Cheater Tire. So on the table in front of me, I have got the Shinko 525 Hybrid Cheater. This is a soft intermediate tire that has a compound that kind of mixes what we're seeing with a trials tire with something that we would see from an enduro tire. This is going to be a softer compound than what you would find in a Shinko 525, but it's going to be aimed at, really all-around use. And this is really where that tire excels at. This is something that we've picked for gear guides for 2 years in a row now. This is a tire that I personally use on my KTM 350. This is a tire that my entire crew pretty much picks as their rear tire because you get a great mix of longevity as well as performance out of this. Now, if you're looking for more of a rocks tire in Shinko's line, you could look at a 505 Hybrid, which is a little bit more of a closer tread pattern aimed at traction in the rocks, or if you want something with longer life than this, that's where you'd be looking at the 525. But what I will say is that the hybrid cheaters, whenever you see that cheater name in there, that softer compound tends to give you better grip and wear out a little bit faster. I'm actually really impressed with the longevity that I get out of this particular rear. This is going to be a tire that you can use in the dirt, the mud, the sand, and again, it's really why it is a top pick for us for riders out there riding in all-terrain. I use it in the swamps of New Jersey where it's a lot of sand, it's a lot of mud, and then I also use it in the wet rock mud of Pennsylvania and a lot of the mountains that we're riding out there. Now, from a sizing standpoint, this is going to range from a 16 up to a 19-inch for the rear. Prices anywhere from around $70, $75 up to around $130, $135, depending on which size you're going with. And from a pairing standpoint, again, this is the rear. I would recommend pairing this. You could pair it with a 525 or a 524 front from Shinko. I would actually recommend not doing that. My particular favorite tire to pair this with is going to be a Bridgestone M59 front. That's what we talk about in our tires gear guide, and it's really a perfect combination of maximizing front traction and rear grip. So it really is going to be not a recommendation that we would typically make for you street riders out there. We typically don't recommend mixing and matching, but if you're an off-road rider, I would definitely say Shinko 525 Hybrid Cheater out back, pair that with a Bridgestone M59 up front, and that is going to be pretty much our top recommendation for a great all-around tire setup. And keeping in mind that these are not D.o.t rated. These are purely off-road tires. Not that I haven't ever used them in a dual sport, but from a recommendation standpoint, these are not D.o.t rated for street use. Now, again, that Shinko or the cheater compound recommends or kind of alludes to the fact that this is a hybrid. This is that combination of softer trials rubber with harder, firmer enduro rubber. It's a tire that with this particular tread pattern, it is aimed at really maximizing grip in the rear, and it's a tire that I think is going to work really great for you East Coast riders as well as you West Coast riders. And there's a lot of different dirt options out there. I get it. It gets confusing. If you're riding in very specific terrain, there's probably going to be better options for you. But if you're looking for an all-around great option for your rear that's going to work in all terrains, this is pretty much our top pick. This is pretty much the only tire that I recommend for people saying, hey, I want a good all-arounder. Now, there's a lot of extra information that goes into choosing the right tire for your style of dirt riding. And if you want to hear more what other riders have to say, you can always click the info button on your desktop or mobile device, which will allow you to read other rider reviews. And if you're still really not sure as to which tire is right for your ride, you can always reach out to our customer service team and they can walk you through all the different options available for your dirt bike and your style of off-road riding, and they can get you the right tire to match up with your bike as well as your budget. I want to thank you for joining us today for this look at the Shinko 525 Hybrid Cheater in a soft intermediate compound. I'm Spurge. Enjoy the ride.